Now look at charging and discharging of a capacitor. First let us take charging. First let us take a charging. So consider a capacitor of capacitance C and let us connect that capacitor to a battery of EMF E. So now I am taking a capacitor of capacitance C. Now I am connecting this capacitor to a battery of EMF E. Let us assume that the battery has internal resistance or smaller, and these connecting wires are also having some resistance. Let us take combinedly the resistance of the circuit as R, and let us take that is R here, and even you can take a switch here. Switch. Assume that at time t is 0 you are closing the switch. When you close the switch, then immediately charges will flow through the circuit, because as positive charges appears here and negative charges will appear here, some charges will flow through the circuit. At, at time t, let us say at the time t, the charge on this plate, let us say, is plus q, and charge on that plate is minus q. And because charges are flowing through this circuit, so you will also see some current. Let us say I is current will go from positive to negative, so I will be the current in the circuit. So if you apply, this is a situation at time t is t. Now at time t is 0 you are closing the switch, then immediately charges will flow through the circuit as a positive and negative charges will appear on these plates. So some current will be established in the circuit, and that is I. Now you can apply loop rule here. The loop rule says the algebraic sum of voltage across all elements in the circuit is 0. So there are three elements, one is capacitor and one is resistor and one is battery here. So now voltage across this part is, this is plus q and that's minus q. So voltage here is greater than that voltage. So the voltage drop will be here, that is q by c. And now current is going in this direction, so it means here voltage is greater than here. So voltage drop will be Ri. Now from here to there, then this is negative terminal and that is positive terminal. As you go from here to there, then your the uh, voltage is going up. So when you take difference, you get minus E, that equals to 0. Now because we know that current is the rate of flow of charge, that I can write down as a dq dt. So now you can simplify this, write q plus RCI minus CE equals to 0. Now RCI, I is dq dt, R equals to, so let us write EC minus Q. I'm just rewriting that. So this implies dq by CE minus Q equals to, it's 1 by RC into dt. So this is the equation. So I'm taking CE minus Q here, that is dq by that, equals to, I'm forwarding this dt and RC there, so you get this part. So let us integrate this function. When I integrate this function, so you are closing the switch at time t is 0, then you are looking charges over the capacitor, over the plates of capacitor at time t is t, let us say. Then initial charge on the capacitor or initial charge on these plates is 0 when time t is 0, because uh, circuit is closed at time t is 0, then the charge will be 0. At time t is t, maybe charge maybe q, let us say. So let us integrate this part. Once you integrate this part, you will get, because this is the, let us integrate this part first. Let us take this part first. So compute separately this part. Let us compute separately that part, and that is so integral 0 to q dq by CE minus q. So let us take here EC minus Q equals to, let us write down it as Y. Then that implies dq equals to minus dy. Then you can also take boundary conditions. When q is 0, y becomes EC. When q is q, y equals to EC minus q. So now I am solving this integration. So now integral, so I am taking, instead of dq, I am taking minus dy by, then instead of ce minus q, I am writing it as y. Now I am changing boundary conditions also. Here it is 0 to q. Now when q is 0, y is EC. When q is q, y is EC minus q. So that equals to minus log y, and boundary conditions are EC, EC minus q. These are the boundary conditions. So this will be equals to minus log of EC minus q by EC. So this is what for this one. So for this one, this implies this one, integral 0 to q dq by ce minus q is this part. So it is minus log of EC minus q by EC equals to, now here if you integrate, it's 1 by RC is common, then when you integrate dt you get t, and when you apply boundary conditions we get t. So now log of 1 minus q by EC equals to minus 1 by RC into t. So let us take exponential e power on both sides. That gives 1 minus q by EC equals to e power minus 1 by RC into t. So now q by EC equals to 1 minus e power minus RC into t. That implies q equals to EC into 1 minus e power minus 1 by RC into t. This is the charge that appears on the plates of capacitor after time t. So q equals to EC into 1 minus e power minus 1 by RC into t. So at time t is 0, you can simply test this equation. At time t, if you keep time t is 0, then e power minus 0 will be 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0, then q becomes 0. If you wait for long time, let us say t is infinity. If t is infinity, then e power minus infinity we get, then e power minus infinity value is 0, then 1 minus 0 is 1, then you get q equals to EC. So the maximum charge that can appear on the capacitor is, the maximum charge that can appear on the capacitor, let us say, that I can write here, that is q equals to, that happens at time t is infinity. At time t is infinity, q equals to EC. This is the charge. So now maximum charge that can appear on the capacitor is q equals to EC. So you can write down charge at time t is q equals to q times 1 minus e power minus 1 by RC into t. This is the charge that appears on the plate, capacitor plate. So here RC has dimensions of time. RC has dimensions of time and is called time constant. and is also called time constant for the circuit. So you can also write down that by this letter. So now q equals to q times 1 minus e power minus t by t. So if you wait for one time constant, for example, if time is one time constant, let us say, then charge appears on the capacitor becomes q equals to q times 1 minus e power minus 1. So that is q into 1 minus 1 by e. So that will be roughly 0.63 times q. So if you wait for one time constant, then charge that appears on the capacitor is q times 1 minus e power minus 1, that is q times 1 minus 1 by e, that is 0.63 times q. So if you wait for one time constant, charge that appears on the plates of capacitor is 0.63 times maximum charge. So if I draw the graph between charge and time, now let us see this graph. So here it is time, and now let us say this is q. This is q. As time increases, then charge on the capacitor plate also increases. So it will go like this. It will go like that. So we know that the maximum charge that can appear on the plate is q. Let us say that q, let it be here. Let it be here. But it, so let's say this is 0.5 q, and maybe that is 0.6 q. So charge becomes 0.63 times maximum in one time constant. So if you wait for two time constant, your charge becomes more and more, and from here you can say that 3 to 4 time constants are enough for the circuit to get maximum charge on the capacitor. So this is what uh, you can get about this. And next one, look at the discharging of a capacitor. Discharging of a capacitor. And in this, let us first charge a capacitor. Let us charge a capacitor. Maybe plus q is appearing here and minus q is appearing here. So it's a charge, and let us connect. Maybe here also, maybe the connecting wires may have some internal resistance. Connecting wires may have some finite resistance, and that resistance I am showing here. And maybe one switch is there. You can take switch like that. So resistance is R. So when you close the switch, immediately all positive charges that are on this plate will try to go to this plate through this connection. So you see some current in the circuit. At some point, let us say the charge that appears on this plate is, let us say, q, plus q and minus q. That time, let us say I is current going through this wire. So if you apply loop rule here, then voltage across this one is q by c, and voltage across this one, this is q by c. Now when you go from here to there, you get minus Ri equals to 0. Then you can write q equals to Rc into I. Then I we know here, I equals to here dq dt, that is rate of flow of charge. But here if you see the charge that appears on the capacitor keep on reduces, because of that I am writing here sign minus. So if I write that, then here so now q is equals to Rc times dq by dt. Let us take minus. That implies dq by q equals to minus 1 by RC times dt. Now you can integrate. At time t is 0, the charge on the capacitor is q. At time t is t, then charge becomes, let's say, q. So when you integrate this one, you get log q, then boundary conditions are q and small q, that equals to minus 1 by RC into t. Then, so now log q and boundary conditions are from capital Q to small q, that equals to minus 1 by RC into t. Now you can write log q by q equals to 1 by RC into t. That implies q by q equals to e power minus 1 by RC into t. That implies q equals to q into e power minus 1 by RC into t. This is the charge that appears on capacitor after time t. So at time t is 0, you can take at time t is 0. So e power minus 0 will be 1. So you get q equals to q, capital Q. At time t is infinity, then e power minus infinity will be 0, then q becomes 0. So theoretically, it takes infinity time to get 0 charge on this plate. Similarly for charging, you can say it takes infinity time to get full charge on the plates of capacitor. So now let us draw the graph here, q versus t, and here also RC is once again the time constant here. RC is time constant, so you can write down that q equals to q times e power minus t by t, and where t is time constant, that is RC. So if you draw the graph here between q and t, then say this is this is like an exponential decay function. So it will start from maximum, say that is q, and it goes like this. If you wait for one time constant here, let us say t equals to t, that implies q becomes q into e power minus 1, that is q equals to q by e. So then q equals to 0.37 times the maximum charge. So if you wait for one time constant for this, maybe this is 0.5 and this may be 0.37. So in one time constant, the charge appears on the capacitor plate becomes 0.37 times q. This is. But practically it takes only 3-4 time constants. Maybe this is 2t and maybe this is 3t, and 3 to 4 time constants is enough for any charge to get fully discharged. But theoretically it takes infinite time. So this is what your discharging of the capacitor. So now look at a problem here. A capacitor of capacitance 100 microfarad is charged by connecting it to a battery of EMF 12 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm. Find the time constant of the circuit and also find the time taken before 99% of maximum charge appears on the capacitor. Now we are taking a capacitor here, and now we are connecting this capacitor. Say capacitance of the capacitor is 100 microfarad. Now I am connecting this one to a battery of EMF 12 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm. Then In this circuit, then capacitance of the capacitor is 100 microfarad and the resistance of the circuit is 2 ohm. Then we need to find what is time constant of the circuit. Then time constant of the circuit equals to CR, and that is C is a 100 microfarad into R is 2, that equals to 0.2 millisecond. This is the time constant. And the next question is time taken before 99% of maximum charge appears on the capacitor. So we know the equation is Q equals to Q into 1 minus e power minus t by t. Then this charge, you need to find time after, you need to find time when this charge becomes 99% of this one. This is the maximum charge. Then you need to find time after which the charge on the capacitor becomes 99% of maximum. So you can write Q equals to now 99% of maximum, that equals to Q into 1 minus e power t by, that t we know that is 0.2 millisecond. 0.2 millisecond. So you can cancel Q and Q. Now if you cancel Q and Q, then e power minus t by 0.2 millisecond will be equals to, you get a 1 minus 99 by 100, that is 1 by 100, that you can write down as 10 power minus 2, that implies t by 0.2 millisecond will be equals to 2 log 10, that implies time equals to, if you calculate all the things, you get 2 2.3 into 4 into 10 power minus 4. Now this is because 2.3 log 10 value is 2.3, log 10 value is 2.3, and 0.2 into 2 is 4, 0.4, and already milli is there, so I wrote 10 power minus 4. So now total time period will be equals to 0.92 millisecond. So in this, t equals to 0.2 millisecond into 2 log 10. Log 10 value is 2.3. Log 10 value is 2.3, and 2 into 0.2 is 4 into 10 power minus 1, and already milli is there, so that's why I wrote here 10 power minus 4. So when you do this, you get this answer. Look at one more question. The plates of 50 microfarad capacitor charged to 400 microcoulomb are connected through a resistor of 1 kilo ohm. Find the charge remaining on the capacitor 1 second after connection is made. So in this problem, we have a capacitor, then that capacitor is charged to 400 microcoulomb. So charge on the capacitor is 400 microcoulomb. Now we are connecting this one to a resistor of resistance 1 kilo ohm. So now we need to find charge that remains on the capacitor 1 second after the connection is made. So charge on the capacitor after 1 second is given by this equation. So now Q equals to Q times e power minus t by t. And here this t is called time constant for this circuit. Now capacitance of the capacitor is also given, that is 50 microfarad. So then time constant for this circuit will be CR, and C value is 50 microfarad into resistance is 1 kilo ohm. So now that will be equals to 50 into 10 power minus 3 seconds, or 50 millisecond. Now charge that appears on the plate after 1 second equals to Q is 400 microcoulomb, 400 into 10 power minus 6 into e power minus 1 by T is 50 into 10 power minus 3. So if you compute this, that equals to 400 into 10 power minus 6, then e power this part. So you can write down as e power minus, if you forward this 10 power minus 3 here, you get 1000, then 1000 by 50 will be 20. So now this will be equals to, Q will be equals to, if you compute this, your charge will be 8.33 into 10 power minus 13 coulomb. So the same thing, minus 13 coulomb, the same thing you can write down as 8.33 into 10 power minus 7 microcoulomb. Minus coulomb. So now look at next problem. Look at the next problem, that is electric field between plates of parallel plate capacitor of capacitance 2 microfarad drops to 1/3 of its initial value in 4.4 microsecond when the plates are connected by a thin wire. Find the resistance of the wire. This is also like a discharging of battery. So in case of discharging of battery, the equation will be Q equals to Q times e power minus T by T. So now you can multiply this equation. See here, the question is electric field between, so these are the two plates of capacitor, then electric field exists between these two plates. Now electric field between two plates of capacitor, of capacitance, see capacitance of the capacitor is here, 2 microfarad is given, and electric field between these two plates uh, drops to 1/3 of its initial value in 4.4 second. In 4.4 microsecond, then electric field drops to 1/3 of maximum when it is connected by a thin wire. Find the resistance of the wire. So you can use this equation. So we know electric field between two plates in case of capacitor is given by E equals to sigma by epsilon 0, and sigma is here charge density. You can write down that as Q by A. So this is what your electric field is. So now you can multiply this by 1 by epsilon 0 everywhere. So you get Q by epsilon 0 A, that equals to Q by epsilon 0 A into e power minus T by T. And now this will be your electric field at time t is t, and that will be your electric field, maximum electric field. So you can write down E equals to E0 into e power minus T by T. So the question is, you need to find time when, sorry, after time t is 4.4 microsecond, your electric field between two plates becomes 1/3 of maximum. Then let us find out what is time constant for this. So now this is E0 by 3 equals to E0 e power minus T by T. So it is 1 by 3, you can cancel that, then that implies 1 by 3 equals to, or 3 power minus 1 equals to e power minus T by T. So if you take, if you can cancel minus minus, so if you take log, then log 3 becomes T by T. That implies T equals to T by log 3. Then T is CR, that is T by log 3. Then we need to find what is the resistance of the wire. Then it is T by R into log 3. Log 3. So now R equals to, so T is 4.4 millisecond by R is sorry, here it is C. Then capacitance of the capacitor is given as 2 microfarad. 2 into 10 power minus 6 into log 3 into log 3, and log 3 value is roughly it is 1.1. So this implies you can cancel 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 6. So roughly your answer will be 2 ohm. Your answer will be roughly 2 ohm.